Well, Michael Harrell, president of Harrell Automotive, is joining us now for You Ought to Know.
Did you mean Mr. Bojangles is here?
And Mr. Bojangles is here
The
as
true
well.
star.
The
That's
true
right.
star.
Oh, he's being blocked by our First at 4 logo.
Oh, where is he? Oh, he is.
Mr. Bojangles.
Mr. Bojangles, come over here, buddy.
Here, you're on
Come
TV.
on,
He's
come
so
on. He
sweet.
is so sweet.
One of
Look
the
at him.
perks
Hi.
of visiting
Hello,
Harrell
baby.
Automotive.
I
Typically,
know.
one of the pups are around, right?
All three if I'm there, yes.
I know,
sweetie.
I know, you're such a nice man.
Is
Such a
Mr.
nice
Bojangles the logo maker?
He is not.
Oh.
He is not.
I keep forgetting. Who is it?
And
Paisley?
that would be Gracie May.
Oh.
She is a lab that we don't have anymore.
Oh.
She
Well,
wasn't long for our world.
Well, we remember her in the logo.
We do, we
So
do.
we're glad to have you back,
Bojangles
Mike.
is a sweetie.
And let's get to those questions.
Yeah, first one today. Becca writes, I own a 2020 Mitsubishi Outlander and I love it, except that it's so hot when it sits in the sun. When I get back into it, especially when it's been hot out, I have to turn the car on run to get the air conditioner going with the doors open for a few minutes. Can I get a remote start without causing an electrical problem? And if so, is there one that you might recommend? What are your thoughts on keeping the cars cool?
Well, a remote start's an awesome, a great option. They can be added I would suggest going somewhere, not trying to do that yourself.
Right.
There are several places in town that do a great job for installing remote starts. It's not something that we do here, but there are other things you can do to keep your car cool as well. My suggestion, I have a black SUV, and when it gets really, really hot out, it's really hard to get in that car.
Yeah.
So I will crack my windows and leave them down just a little bit if I'm going to leave the car for a few hours, and maybe even the sunroof just a little bit.
Yeah.
And what a huge difference when you get back
Do
into
those
the car.
windshield covers
Yeah,
make a difference? Do they help?
You know you're
Love
in
it.
Florida
Yeah.
when
Yes.
you
Yeah.
start to see those pop up everywhere, but they
Mr.
work.
Bojangles, what do you say?
He's so sweet.
He doesn't like the humidity either,
No.
but those sunshades are another great idea. They
Okay.
certainly do work. They can be bulky, but they fold up nice and thin, and they'll
They
just
do.
fit right between your seats.
Yeah, especially if your car is going to sit for a long period of time.
Yeah.
So is there one remote starter that you recommend?
I don't.
Okay.
Again, that's not something that we install. We certainly repair factory remote starts when they start to fail or there's an issue with them, but a remote start, I would direct you to somebody like, there's 3 places in town that I would recommend. Real Audio is one of them. I want to call it Safe and Sound, but it's not.
Okay. We'll let you think
Yeah,
on it.
I'll have to think on that.
Enormous, possibly
Enormous
is one.
is the
Yeah.
other, and then there's
Yeah.
one on 26th over by Asbury. It's Sandra Lee. Oh, I can't think of the name.
It'll come to you.
It will,
It'll come to you.
eventually.
Yeah.
Good advice.
It's been a
though.
long, humid Tuesday.
Yeah. And another piece of advice, never ever leave pets or kids in cars. Not for a minute.
Correct.
Please
For
don't.
30
Not-
seconds.
No, it
Don't
gets
do
too
it.
hot.
All
Too
right.
hot.
Here's the next question. I drive a 2017 Volkswagen, how do you say that?
Touareg?
Touareg? And when I slow it down, it chatters a lot. I feel it in my floor, seat, and steering wheel. Only seems to happen when I slow down from 25 miles per hour to a stop without using my brakes. My regular mechanic is unsure. What do you think?
Boy.
Yeah.
So it chatters only on deceleration, not acceleration, but only from 25 down to 0. Volkswagens, they do have, that's probably an all-wheel drive being a Touareg. It could be something in the drivetrain that's binding up. It could even be something as simple as a fluid change. The differential and the transfer case, they both have fluid and clutches that need to slip when we're slowing down or we're turning. So that may be just something as simple as some maintenance, or it could be a component that's starting to wear, like one of the U-joints that allows the drive shaft to turn at different angles.
All right.
Okay.
Some great tips today. And
Yeah,
thanks for
thanks,
bringing
Mike.
Mr. Bojangles in today. He is such a handsome
always good to
boy.
see him. He
Such a
really
handsome
is.
boy. Be sure to submit your questions to ask at yououghtaknow.org or .com. I don't remember.
.org.
.org. .org. All right. Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Bojangles.
Thanks for having us.
We'll be right back.